To establish, incorporate and operate a company in India, you do need a valid and appropriate name. But what if you have already found such a name once and for some reason it no longer suits your needs? Do you still have scope of getting a new name for your company? As a matter of fact, you do. And in this video, I will explain the exact process of doing so. But before I begin, let me introduce myself. Hi, I am Sugandhanand, the Startup Advisor at Setindiabiz, where we provide tax compliance and IPR services to businesses across India. The topics I will be covering in this video include the need to change a company's name, the guidelines to be followed while choosing a new name, the process of changing the name of a company, and the documents required for changing a company's name. We have a lot to discuss, so let us begin without any delay. Why must a company change its name? The name of a company is a crucial part of its identity, as it is often the first thing that people notice and remember about it. A company's name can convey its value, mission, and brand identity very aptly, and can help differentiate it from its competitors in the market. Therefore, the name must be chosen with utmost care and thoughtfulness, and there is no harm in changing it later. If it fails to fulfill its purpose down the line, there are several reasons why a company might consider changing its name. One common reason is if the current name no longer accurately reflects the company's mission, values, or target audience. For example, a company that started out selling only one type of product has now expanded the range of its product and finds that its name is no longer a good fit. Another reason a company may consider changing its name is if it merges with another company or undergoes a significant rebranding or restructuring effort. In such cases, a new name may better reflect the combined company's new direction and identity. A company may also consider changing its name if it has negative associations or a tarnished reputation that it wants to distance itself from. In this case, a new name can help the company signal a fresh start and allow to rebuilding of its reputation. Regardless of the reason for the change, it's essential to carefully consider the decision of changing the name of a company and the potential impact on the company's brand identity, customer bases, and overall reputation. These might be the reasons for a company to change its name voluntarily, but the company can also be forced to change its name by the government under Section 16 of the Companies Act. If it found that its current name is identical to the name of an existing company or a trademark, this brings us to our next topic of discussion. What are the legal guidelines to be followed while naming a company? When naming a company, it's important to ensure that the name complies with the legal guidelines set forth by various laws and regulations. In India, the Companies Act, the Trademarks Act, and the Names and Emblems Act are the primary laws that govern the naming of companies. The Companies Act provides that a company's name must be unique and not too similar or identical to the name of an existing company or trademark. The name must also not to be offensive or violate any existing Indian laws or regulations. Moreover, it must contain words which show the patronage of or an affiliation to the central, state, or local government. To ensure compliance, companies must check the availability of their desired name on the official website of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs or MCA. Besides, the Trademark Act also provides guidelines for naming companies, specifically in relation to existing trademarks. A company's name cannot infringe on the rights of an existing trademark user or owner, and it is essential to conduct a through trademark search before finalizing the company's name. If a company's name is too similar or identical to an existing trademark, whether registered or applied, it can result in illegal disputes, and the company can even be sued by the intellectual property owner in a court of law. There is another law which holds significance while choosing a company's name. This law is referred to as the Names and Emblems Act. It basically prohibits the use of certain names, words, and emblems related to national and international governments or popular international non-governmental platforms for commercial purposes without permission from the central government. For example, using the name or emblem of the Indian national flag in the name of a company or any state emblem is strictly prohibited under this Act. It is extremely essential to follow these legal guidelines when naming a company to avoid any legal disputes or issues down the line. You can consult with a legal professional such as Setindiabiz to ensure compliance with all the legal guidelines for naming a company. What is the process for changing the name of a company? Changing the name of a company can be a complicated process if you lack its legal know. How? And this is exactly what I am here to help you with. I will explain the entire process for changing the name of a company step by step so that you understand it as clearly as possible. So let me begin. Step 1. Choose a valid and available name. You have already seen that there are so many legal guidelines to be followed while choosing an appropriate name for your company. There are so many searches to be conducted at your end, and the overall process becomes extremely exhaustive. But even then, can you avoid choosing a valid name for your company that's also available for your use? Not at any cost, right? Choosing a valid and available name is the most essential requirement to be fulfilled before you actually begin the process of changing your company's name. Hence, it is considered as its first step. You can consult our legal advisors for expert guidance here. Our contact information is given in the description box. Step 2. Call a board meeting to approve the chosen name. After choosing the new name, a board meeting must be called to obtain approval from the directors of the company. The board must pass an ordinary resolution approving the new name and authorizing the company to proceed with the name change process. Step 3. Reserve the name with the registrar of companies. After the approval of its board, the company must reserve the chosen name with the Registrar of Companies (ROC) using INC-1 or RUN form. The form allows the company to put two names per application in the order of preference. Upon submission, the ROC checks the validity and availability of both these names and reserves that particular name for the company which it finds valid and available for use. In case both names are valid and available, it reserves that name which is the first preference of the applicant company. And if both names are invalid, well, then there is no need to worry. You receive two more chances of resubmission without having to pay fresh application fees. Once reserved by the ROC, the name is valid for 60 days from the date of approval. Step 4. Call another board meeting to adopt the reserved name. After the name is reserved by the ROC, the company must call another board meeting of the directors to adopt the reserved name and to schedule a general meeting of the shareholders. The board must approve the notice and agenda for the general meeting and authorize any one director of the company to file the necessary documents with the ROC. Step 5. Call an EGM to adopt the new name. The notice of the general meeting must be sent to all the shareholders, auditors, and directors of the company 21 clear days before the date on which the meeting is scheduled. At the general meeting, shareholders must approve the name change by passing a special resolution. Step 6. File E-Form MGT-14 and INC-24 to the ROC. After obtaining the shareholders' approval, the company must file the necessary forms with the ROC within the specified due dates. The first form is MGT-14, which must be filed within 30 days of passing the special resolution at the general meeting, and the second form is INC-24, which must be filed within 60 days of obtaining the name approval or 30 days of passing the special resolution. Whichever is earlier, MGT-14 is basically the form in which the company makes the resolution passed at the board and general meeting to the ROC, whereas INC-24 is the form through which is the company requests the ROC to change its name and issue a new certificate of incorporation with the new name on it. I will list all the supporting documents that need to be filed with this form in a few minutes. For now, let me proceed to the last and the final step of the process. Receive a new certification of incorporation from the ROC. After the company has filed the necessary forms MGT-14 and INC-24 along with all the prescribed supporting documents to the ROC will issue a new certificate of incorporation to the company in form INC-25 with the updated name. The company can now use the new name and update its records and officially documents accordingly. It is important to note that failing to follow the correct procedure or missing any deadlines of the necessary filings to the ROC can result in delays and legal complications. You can seek professional guidance and advice from Setindiabiz to ensure a smooth and efficient name change process for your company. What are the documents required for filing MGT-14 and INC-24? I have already discussed the purposes of these two forms earlier in this video, but let me repeat it once again. So, form MGT-14 is the form through which you submit the resolutions passed in the meetings of your company to the ROC. Since the process of changing a company's name requires only 2 meetings to be held and only 2 resolutions to be passed, you will have to submit the documents accordingly. A table on your screen shows the complete list of documents that you will need to file form MGT-14. Let me read each of these documents out to you. First, copy of the special resolution passed at the EGM approving the change of name. Second, notice of general meeting of shareholders. Third, minutes and explanatory statements of the general meeting where the special resolution was passed. Copy of the newspaper advertisement published about the purposed name change, if applicable. 5. A certified true copy of the board resolution approving the change of name. Number 6. A copy of the altered memorandum of association (MOA) and articles of association (AOA) of the company. And number 7, a certificate from a practicing chartered accountant or company secretary certifying that the company has complied with all the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 regarding the name change. Coming to our second form, INC-24 is used to intimate the ROC of the changed name of the company. Through this form, the company requests the ROC to update its new name in the registrar of companies it maintains and accordingly issue a new certificate of incorporation to it. So there are a whole lot of documents that you have to submit with the form. Here is a complete list. Number 1. A copy of the board resolution approving the change of names. Number 2. A copy of the special resolution approving the change of name. Number 3. A copy of the altered memorandum of association (MOA) and articles of association (AOA) of the company. Copy of the notice of the general meeting where the special resolution was passed. Number 5. A copy of the minutes of the general meeting where the special resolution was passed. Number 6. A copy of the newspaper advertisement published about the purpose name change, if applicable. Number 7. A statement of the nominal capital of the company after the name change. And number 8. A certificate from a practicing chartered accountant or company secretary certifying that the company has complied with all the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 regarding the name change. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Hopefully, I have covered all the aspects and answered all your questions on changing the name of a company. But if you still have any doubts or queries, you can post them in the comment section or contact our expert advisors directly for detailed guidance. The contact details are mentioned in the description below. We also provide professional services of filing MGT-14 and INC-24 to the ROC. So if you need our assistance, you can visit our website and send us your request. The link to our website is also given in the description box. If you found this video helpful, like, share and subscribe for more informative content ahead. Thank you for watching. Watch our other videos as well.